Hello friends, welcome to Winners Capsule YouTube channel. If this is the first time you are viewing my channel, then here is a short about it. This channel is focusing mainly on day-to-day studies, and also I'll be uploading different type of videos on various competitive examinations. And also I'll be mainly focusing on the topics for all classes under SSCRT and CBSE syllabus. Hope this will help you to win at studies. All the best. Please do support the channel with like and subscription. If you like my channel, please share it with your friends. Welcome to the playlist of 8th standard physics classes. In this session, I will be discussing one of the most important topic in physics, that is distance and displacement. We need to understand the concept very clearly. In the previous session, I have discussed the basics on motion, rest, reference body, etc. That will help you to understand the concept very clearly. Moving on to the discussion, but first let us understand what do we mean by distance. Let us move on to the definition first. The distance of an object can be defined as the complete path traveled by an object or a body. And also, the distance of the object gives the complete information about the path traveled by the object. Distance is having only magnitude. We cannot able to say the direction. So distance is also known as scalar quantity. What is the unit of distance? We can say that the unit of distance will be always expressed in terms of meter. We found the definition. What is the exact meaning of the distance? I'll show you some examples so that you will understand the exact meaning of the distance. Students, please do understand the right meaning. Then let us come back to the definition once again. So please see the typical example. Suppose your home is locating here. Okay, this is your house and this is your school. So what you will do? First of all, daily you will be traveling from home to your hometown. From hometown, another 4 kilometers you have to travel. From your home to hometown, there are 3 kilometers. So from the hometown to your school, there are 4 kilometers. So what is the total distance covered by daily? So AB plus BC, the total distance is equal to. So how to calculate the distance? The path traveled by the object. So distance is equal to, that means AB plus BC. So that is nothing but 3 kilometers plus 4 kilometers. Okay, how much it is? Can you calculate? Very simple, no? So that is equal to 7 kilometers. It is very simple, right? 7 kilometers. The total distance traveled from yourself to your school is equal to, from home to your school is equal to 3 kilometers plus 4 kilometers. That is nothing but 7 kilometers. I think you understood what is the distance. Okay, total path. It's a path traveled by an object or a body, that is called a distance. It is a scalar quantity. There is no direction. We cannot predict how you are going to travel. Let us see the second example. From A to B, see the path traveled by the body, like this only. You can able to see like this. It is moving in this direction, then it is coming back, and finally it is reaches to the destination. Starting point is A and the destination point is B. So the path traveled by the total distance, the path traveled by an object to cover the particular distance, that is called, we can call it as a distance, A to B, C. Okay, so I have marked the distance traveled by a object. Distance traveled by a body, or you can call it as a object. So this is called distance. It's a scalar quantity, only magnitude. We are not predicting about direction. And also sign will be always positive. Okay, it never be sign, never be negative. The distance will never be negative. That point also you should understand. Okay, so I hope you understood the definition of distance. See, the distance of an object can be defined as the complete path traveled by the body or an object. Okay, now let's move on to the displacement. What do you mean by displacement? So first of all, I'll be showing you some example. Look at this. Okay, so you can consider the diagram. So what is the displacement? So displacement is nothing but the distance between the final object, the straight line distance between the final and the initial position. So what is the final position? The final position is C and the initial position is A. So the distance, straight line distance between the final and initial position, that is called a displacement. Okay, so here displacement is, what is displacement? AC is the displacement. So it is a vector quantity. Why? Because it is having both magnitude and the direction. Okay, now how to calculate the displacement here? Now you frame the right angle triangle. It is a right angle triangle. Obviously, AC is a hypotenuse. Okay, and 3 kilometers is available here. One is actually base, another will be height. Let us consider. So apply the Pythagoras theorem. So AC is equal to how to calculate square root of 3 square plus 4 square. Correct, no? 3 square plus 4 square. Please do verify. Okay, it's a final position minus initial position. Straight line distance you have to consider. So 3 square means 9 plus 4 square means 16. Okay, that is square root of 25. Square root of 25 is nothing but it is positive plus or minus 5. It may be plus or minus 5 kilometers. Okay, this 5 kilometers. Let us say positive 5 kilometers. It may be plus 5 or minus 5. That is why it is called, it is having magnitude and direction. That is why it is called a vector quantity. Okay, it's a straight line distance between final and initial position. Now let us consider another example. So the final distance between the final and the initial position. What is the straight line distance between final and initial position? This is actually the straight line distance between final position and the initial position. So this is called displacement. I think you are understanding. Okay, do understand what is displacement very clearly. So you figure out what is the final distance and what is the initial point and the final point. Then consider the straight line path. Okay, so that is called a displacement. Okay, so I could able to figure out the displacement. So these both are called a displacement. Okay, so I think you understood the difference between distance and displacement. We will cover later on. So let us move on to the definition of displacement. So please move on to the definition of displacement. So that is required whenever they have asked in the examination. At that time, you need to write the definition properly. Okay, definition should be always followed systematically. If in Viva or exam, if they ask, you have to produce the same sentence. The displacement of an object or a body can be defined as the minimum distance between the starting point of the object to the final position of the object. So we found out the displacement in the particular diagram. And also it can be defined as the displacement of the object does not give the proper information about the path traveled by the object. That is true. Okay. And the displacement is the straight line distance from the initial position to the final position. That is also very much true. It is a vector quantity because it is always having both the magnitude and the direction. You can write it as magnitude. It is having always magnitude, obviously. It is 100% true. And also the direction. It's a straight line distance. Okay, direction. So both you have to consider. That is why it is known as vector quantity. That concept you have to underline. If they ask the definition about the displacement, you need to write in this manner. Any doubts, students? If you are having any doubts, you can put up in the comment box. Let me clarify. Okay, I'll be providing my mail ID also. You can ask me in case any queries. Now, what is the difference between distance and displacement? You can able to compare the distance and displacement. Obviously, distance is a scalar quantity where displacement is a vector quantity. You can able to see. It's a short displacement is the shortest distance between the final position and the initial position. A is the initial position, B is the final position. It's a straight line distance. So you can call it as it's a shortest distance between the final position and the initial position. That is called displacement. But how about the distance? See the path. The path traveled by the object. We could not predict how it is moving on. One side it is up direction, south direction, east direction, west direction. Okay, we cannot able to predict. That is why we call it as, so it is having a scalar quantity. It is having only magnitude. We cannot able to predict the direction because it may be moving north direction, immediately south direction. So we can't predict it. That is true, right? So this is actually the distance. First diagram you can able to draw. Second point, distance will always be positive. We'll be getting the distance in positive direction only, always in positive, not direction. The magnitude will be always positive. But if I if I talk about the displacement, see, displacement will always have positive, negative, and zero. That point you have to highlight. The unit of distance and displacement remains same. Both are in meters. See, the distance between two given points may be same or different from the different path. The path traveled is matters a lot in case of distance, where the displacement between 2 points will be always same. Okay, it's a straight line path. It's a straight line path. Okay, it's a straight line path between the final position and the initial position. That is called a displacement. So these are the major comparison between distance and displacement. I hope you understood the difference between distance and displacement. Here minor correction, instead of distance you need to write it as a displacement. That is only the correction. While preparing I made a minor error, so please read it as displacement. I think you will correct the error. Okay, so this table has to be copied. If they ask in examination, you can able to make a suitable comparison between distance and the displacement. Okay, so let me conclude the session. In this session, I have discussed about what is the distance and what is the displacement, and we found out the definition and the meaning with the help of suitable examples. And later I moved on displacement. Okay, what is the definition of displacement? Is it a scalar quantity or vector quantity? Obviously, it's a vector quantity. And displacement, how to calculate the displacement? See, like this. These are the displacement. You can able to see the displacement. So finally, we could bifurcate, or we could able to differentiate between distance and displacement by using a table. Okay. Finally, let us conclude the session. Okay. So I'll be giving one example to you. So calculate the distance and displacement. So please please copy the same diagram and write the answer in the comment box. If you are having any doubts, you can send me an email. I'll reply back. Okay. And also, if you put up the comment in the comment box, I'll give the answer also. So calculate the distance and displacement. A boy is standing at A, the destination position at B. So what is the total distance covered by the boy? And what is the displacement? You calculate the distance and displacement separately and put up the answer in the comment box. Definitely, I will reply back. Hope you understood the session. Thank you for listening this video. If you like this video, please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. And kindly put up the bell button. Once I put the video, you'll be notified. Okay. If you are having any queries, kindly put up in the comment box. Thank you very much for watching this video.